A kind of slower start to the morning. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. So QBTS, well, this one's not slow by any means, but I wanted to talk about one of the ones that I find to be pretty interesting right now. QBTS is up 18. At one point, it was up over 20% on the day, and that's based off of an upgrade that it recently received, causing the stock price to go up. With that being said, again, in my opinion, it's an incredibly overbought stock. It has experienced the positive catalyst, so it can hold up there, but eventually it will correct, which is one of the main reasons that I'm choosing to watch it. If you're part of my LPP team, you know that I entered a short position early on this. I'm still waiting for confirmation of a reversal, and let me make this very clear. I entered this short early. Direction is still bullish. It's super risky. Do not copy this trade. Until there is confirmation of reversal, then I do plan to add more. But until then, when in doubt, it's better to stay out, right? Set those alerts and follow up when it actually makes sense. One that actively sold off today was DJT. Very happy to see it. We've been calling out. This is kind of like the early, or I would say, we talked about DJT last week because for 2 days, the stock was pumping based off of a new pivot that Donald Trump is taking with his social media application. And now he's a fusion company. I made a whole video about it on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, or Friday. But with that being said, an absolute bullshit company. It loses hundreds of millions of dollars. And it had the audacity to announce today that it has acquired an additional 451 Bitcoin worth $40 million. Again, it's always the biggest bullshit companies that resort to buying Bitcoin. Always, always, always. Recently, right? MicroStrategy, Mara, and now DJT. They will do anything to try to jump onto the hype because their actual business doesn't make money. Even with the fusion company of TAE, whatever that company is called, if it does make money maybe in the future, it definitely doesn't make money now. And it's only expected to cost them even more money because, again, it's not a cheap business to be in. DJT down 10%. You can't be surprised. Again, it overreacted on the way up, so now it begins to correct itself on the way down. Remember, this is the ideal setup. We like to short overvalued stocks that pump up based off of catalyst-based events. In this case, it's news that reacted or overreacted so we can make money once they correct. They don't have to correct right away, and that's kind of what we're experiencing right now with QBTS. It's still incredibly bullish, and you want to give it the room that it needs. Let it keep pumping, because the more it pumps, the more money we can make once it retraces. But we all know that eventually these stocks do end up crashing. It's not a maybe, it's not a possibly, it's a when. They pump, eventually they peak, they become irrational, way overvalued, and then they correct. QBTS was notorious from going from $46 per share, almost $47, all the way down to sub $20 per share, losing over 50% of its value. So again, if you like shorting, if you're experienced, not if you're a beginner, this might be a stock you want to add to your watch list. Not to short now because it's still bullish and we have to respect it. But once our criteria is met, when it begins to actually curl on over, then again, it could be a very lucrative play for it to retrace back down to $20 per share. But until now, let this stock keep on pumping. The other thing that I also wanted to make sure that you were aware is that Trump has said that he is expecting to name the new Fed chair to replace Jerome Powell by the first week of January 2026. I'm sure that we all already know who it is that is going to be replacing Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell's term is coming to an end, and obviously Trump wants to replace him with someone that is going to be more willing to cut rates. We'll see if that actually plays out exactly how he wanted it to. With that being said, the thing that I wanted to make sure that you were also aware is that tomorrow, Tuesday, December 23rd, they rescheduled it, right? Last week, they were supposed to release the PCE report, but now it's this week. They were supposed to release it on Friday, 1 hour before the market opens. Now, to my understanding, it's on Tuesday, 1 hour before the market opens. It's the PCE report, which is the Federal Reserve's favorite measure of inflation. Core PCE is expected to come in at 2.9%. That's the forecast. And then we have overall PCE. Let me see if it pulls up here. Overall PCE prices are expected to be at 2.9%. We'll see if it actually comes in as expected. We also have the GDP report that's going to be released and a handful of others. And again, these are all 1 hour before the market opens. So this is just a great reminder that if market direction feels uncertain today, maybe it's not the worst idea to either be lightly trading or to stay cash. because tomorrow we'll most likely experience a little bit more volatility with those reports. Based off of the PCE report, again, it's the Federal Reserve's favorite measure of inflation. But last week's CPI data report stated that we went down, but it was kind of like incomplete. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this PCE report comes out and if it supports that CPI data report. So again, when in doubt, never be afraid to cash out, especially if market direction is unclear. We don't know if markets are going to continue to retrace or begin to recover. So again, if direction is unclear, know when to be light, know when to be cash, and know when to be aggressive. And as of right now, it just doesn't make sense on why to be too aggressive. I wanted to ask you guys, there is one stock that I kind of want to make a video on. I definitely do not have to, but it's Carvana. It's actually an Arizona-based company. I find it to be quite interesting. It's had an amazing performance for 2025, but it's notorious for pumping and then crashing. And in 2025, it's had an amazing year, running up to highs of $485 per share, but already beginning to curl on over. So again, if you guys would like me to make a detailed video on why this is at one of the top of my radars for one of the stocks that I want to short going into 2026, then you guys let me know down in the comment section and would be more than happy to film it. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope that earned a thumbs up. Don't forget, I'd love to invite you to my live trading session tomorrow, right at market open. It's the second link in the description down below. You can sign up today and watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow. And yes, it's a one-time payment for lifetime access. There is no subscription to watching me trade live. I appreciate you guys' time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.